Well, welcome back to base camp, WNC. We're on one of my jobs right now. One of the things they pulled out that they've had for quite a while, for years, and really haven't used is a solar powered generator. And of course it's dead from sitting. It hasn't been hooked to solar panels, hasn't been hooked up. It came with this box right here. We're going to take the lid off and show you what's in it. And these two solar panels. Nice heavy cable. Where's my finger going up there and plugging in? We're going to go over this thing. And right now this thing is a 3,500 watt system. I'm going to take the cover off and show you. And nowadays to buy this thing, company wants almost $7,000 for one of these things. And I want to take the lid off and kind of show you just what all's inside and how really simple it is. Well, this is the input side, and of course you have a place right here. Let me take this out. This is where the solar plugs in, and auxiliary. You can have a second pack like this for batteries. Took a little while. Of course there's no book around here for it, but here's two fuses. Of course it doesn't say what they are, and this one is actually for the auxiliary. This one's for the solar panels. You have an on and off switch, but I really don't know if the handle is pointing towards the off or the on. This is supposed to be the arrow. That's the way it's supposed to go. But all this thing really is a 30 amp PWM charge controller. I guess it's a nicer one, if there is one. I just bought one for an electric fence job for a guy, and it was all of $19. Let me swing this thing around and show you what well, here it is. And don't get me wrong, the company went all out on it. Steel cart, got 4 casters that roll around. It's easy to move. They have this 245 amp hour sealed battery again, so you can't check it and you can't maintain it, and that's the problem right now. It has just a 3500 modified sine wave inverter on it. They did an excellent job on battery cables and wire management, because of course for $7,000 you would think they would. And then of course this other end, let me show you that to you. And of course it's just a, get in there if I can see it, 4 100, 110, 120 volt, a fuse, a display, and the on-off switch. It's just the back end of a simple inverter is all it is. And as I said, this behemoth right here, that's a couple hundred pounds, is a 245 amp hour sealed lead acid battery, which means you ain't gonna get into it, you can't maintain it. It has been sitting either hooked in float or not hooked up for years, and the battery has a total of something like 7 volts in it. When I got here, we charged it up, we brought it on up, and the problem is with all these batteries, when they go down like that, it lasts about 15 minutes and the battery's dead. That's it. Well, here's this side. Of course this is a big old Delk battery, but they got a real nice, of course they are hooked to the battery terminals. They said this battery here doesn't have the bolts on it or anything. They have a real nice non-conductive fiber mount here, but they got a nice 175 amp fuse hooked to it. All the cables have been swedged, covered up with heat shrink table. There is no corrosion. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just been sitting so long unused. The battery is dead. And I believe, even though it comes back up to voltage, I mean, you can get 14 volts piled in this thing. Like I said, this great big battery and that inverter, it doesn't last 15 minutes and the battery's dead. So what we're going to try to do is measure it, put a little bit more modern type batteries in that thing, This system right here, it'd be nice maybe to try to go lithium, but this charge controller and the inverter, nothing like that will deal with lithium. The charging profiles and everything's different, so we're going to go back in probably this time with just a lead acid battery, something that they can maintain, and get it back up to working. Here it is. It's almost Christmas time, and like every one of my customers right now, they're all paranoid about what's going on with the election and the season and the new coming commander-in-chief coming in. Well, just the short time it took me to shoot this little bit of video, the battery right here has gone from 14.4 volts down to 12.8 with nothing hooked to it. So yes, the battery is cooked on the thing. It's just dead. It's gotten way too cold and discharged way too much and never charged back up. So of course we're going to get on the internet and the catalog and see what kind of batteries we can get to fit in this thing and get it rebuilt and up and get it back to running for them. But as usual, if I can help you out, even a phone call or a message, water systems, everything else, it's what I do besides working on my own. Be love to talk to you and help you out, and maybe come out to your property and look at it. But as usual, like it, share it, subscribe, tell your friends about it. I'll see you on the next one. Thank you for watching.